This story right here is nothing new. We've seen it time and time again. Going back, we had John Cena being told not to read the Peacemaker comics because they didn't want any sort of outside influence. You had Bella Ramsey being told not to play the video game for The Last of Us because she didn't want outside influence. And it boggles my mind why if you're making a live action version, or even a live action version of either a video game, a comic book, or a cartoon, where the actor or actress playing a character from said piece of media, why they would not look into what the character was, what sort of attitude they had, because that is where the popularity comes from. You want to draw in the fans of, let's say, the Peacemaker comic book or The Last of Us video game, and in this case, Star Wars Rebels. This article from Direct, yes, it's about 2 weeks old, from July 22nd. I was bored today, so bear with me. Star Wars new Sabine actress purposefully. Okay. English is a pet peeve of mine. I know everybody can tell just how well I can speak all the time. But words, I love words. I'm like George Carlin. Words are my thing. I do love words. I try to use them properly. This doesn't look right to me. Yes, this is a tangent. Welcome to my channel. Star Wars new Sabine actress purposefully or purposely? I think this is supposed to be purposely avoided copying Rebels versions. Am I correct? Either pat me on the back in the comments or rip me a new one. I'll take either one because, yeah, I don't have a problem being corrected, unlike other, correct me when I'm wrong. I don't like to be wrong. I don't have a problem being corrected. But let's break off on that tangent and get back on the right track, shall we? Ahsoka's Sabine Wren actress, Natasha Liu Bordizio, just revealed why she chose to avoid copying the animated version of her character. While Ahsoka will be Sabine's first live-action appearance, The Mandalorian originally debuted in Star Wars Rebels, something that anyone tuning into the Ahsoka series, or most, I guess, they're going to be familiar with Sabine's character. They're going to be looking for the same thing, and they're going to criticize it one way or another, either positively or negatively, because criticism can be positive. On how well of a job she does. We'll see. As one of the series' leading characters. There, she was voiced by actress Taya Sircar. I'm butchering these names. I do apologize. Some names I care about. I try to get people's names right. My personal name, I'm not telling anybody. So, Neener. I always give people a chance to pronounce my name right. Moving on. Is that 2 tangents? Let's go for 3. Let's see. As for what Sabine is like these days, Bordizio previously teased that, quote, she's been through a lot and she's still a stubborn cookie. The actress also noted that Sabine's only thinking about the obligation she has towards Ezra Bridger. Sabine won't be alone during the transition to live action, yada, yada, yada. So let's get to the important parts of the article where she avoiding copying Rebels Sabine Wren. Now, before we go any further, what do you think about that? If you're a fan of the character Sabine and you come into the show and she's acting absolutely nothing like what you remember, are you going to be inclined to continue watching the show? Or are you just going to see it as disrespectful, unknowledgeable, and just tune it right out? In a new interview with SFX magazine, Ahsoka actress Natasha, who plays Sabine, talked about why she avoided copying the animated version. Actress first made sure to clarify that she loved Taya Sircar's Sabine, but she never, quote, wanted to try to copy someone. But you're playing the character people want to see. At least those that do want to see it. You want to get the same. You're not copying, you're emulating. I guess emulating would be copying. Poor choice of words there. Let's get on with it. I loved Taya Sircar's Sabine. I loved the energy, the sarcasm, and playfulness that really made Sabine Sabine. But obviously, it's a delicate balance because I never want to try to copy someone. Yes, you do. You're playing the character from the show. You are playing that character. You want to try to emulate it as much as possible. The mannerisms, the comedy, the sarcasm, as she says, the energy and the sarcasm. You want to do that because that's what the fans are coming here to see. I want to be inspired by the energy they put into the character and then make the role my own. Okay, that might be a better clarification. That is a better statement to make. You want to be inspired by it, essentially emulate the good parts, the bad parts, and everything, just the mannerisms. How is she going to do? I think we're getting close to the release of Ahsoka, if it's not out already. Well, somebody remember the date and put it in the comments. Bonicio also shared how she, quote, watched everything before filming began, including the animated series Star Wars Rebels. Well, that right there, you are head and shoulders above of most of the Hollywood actors and actresses who don't even bother to look at the source material. So, you know what? Right there, hey, kudos, props, all that stuff. Let's get on with the quote. Of course, I watched everything, including the original films, better than most of the writers on the damn show. The Mandalorian, and of course, Rebels, but I didn't watch anything after we started filming because otherwise it gets too much. You want to have space, oversaturation, over something, overstimulation is the word I'm looking for. You want to have space, take all the experiences and memories and inspirations from everything you've watched, and then let the live action you're creating find its own truth. Okay, I know she doesn't know. Its own journey. The actress pivoted to give praise to Ahsoka's showrunner Dave Filoni, claiming that he really just trusted us. Trusted someone else to push out his own vision in live action. We'll have to wait and see what it turns out to be. Just to have the creator around every day is a luxury, indeed. He's like this bottomless pit of knowledge and the guardians of the story and the characters, correct. Also, he really just trusted us. While we'd go to him for guidance, he'd also say, "You are Sabine. Say whatever you instinctually feel is right is right." No, I don't entirely disagree with that statement or that sentiment. As the caretaker of particular characters of a story, then ultimately you should get final say. And letting them become Sabine, because if you created Sabine, Dave Filoni, if Dave Filoni created Sabine, then he is Sabine. That's a weird thing to say, isn't it? Okay. Now the actor or actress playing the character, if you're the person that authored, that created the character that's on the screen, whether it's animated, TV, or movie, you're the creator of that character. You are that character. You can allow the actor or actress to put their own spin into it and adjust according to them. So I guess maybe that then Sabine, they are Sabine. They become Sabine. It's good that Natasha isn't entirely ignoring her character's history. Then why? Oh, stupid clickbait title. Purposely avoided copying Rebels, even though she's using it as inspiration. I guess there's a fine line between those two, copy versus inspiring. Isn't ignoring her character's history. From the sound of it, she's honoring Sabine's previous performances while leaving room for her own quirks. What would be the time jump? Does anybody know what the time jump between Rebels and the Ahsoka series? Because yes, obviously things can happen to the character in between those 2 points. This is the opposite approach that Rupert Friend took with the Grand Inquisitor for Obi-Wan Kenobi, as he purposely, again, here we go, he purposely avoided watching the character's previous history in Rebels. In turn, the reception to his take of the villain was anything but positive. From his performance to his look. I think the general reception for Kenobi as a whole was less than positive. The whole series never should have happened. Oh, here we go. August 23rd. See? That's a callback. I was trying to figure out when Ahsoka was coming to Disney Plus, and that would be August 23. And it's not even on the screen. There we go. Changes aren't all bad, however. After all, even the original Thrawn actor Lars Mikkelsen will be making some adjustments for the live-action incarnation of the character. Whole melodious approach. What do you think about this? If you are used to the way, we'll use Wren, Sabine Wren as a character, as the example here. If you're used to seeing Sabine, her character, her mannerisms and everything in the animated show, and then the actress here comes along and flips everything on its head, acts counter to what you're used to, are you going to continue watching the show? Same thing with Grand Admiral Thrawn. If Mikkelsen decides to do whatever he wants to, how is that going to be received once the live action show comes out? And I do wonder, are they going to be releasing Ahsoka as a weekly episodic, or is it going to just be dumped all at once like Echo's about to be dumped all at once, like a bad habit? If the changes are for the positive or for the negative, nonsensical, how is that going to affect the viewership going forward? That is always a major question. Should the live action actors and actresses completely avoid the source material? Should they follow it to the letter, or just use it as inspiration and put their own little personal spin on it? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'm kind of mixed on it. Depends, I think The Last of Us, there was definitely mixed reactions. Personally, I loved it. A lot of people didn't. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. I appreciate you making it this far. Have a good one.